Welcome back to another episode. Ryan here with Chaos MMA, and today we have on Osman Diaz, who fights for the LFA middleweight title March 25th. Osman, how you doing, man?
Chilling, man, chilling. I just got done with a quick strength and conditioning session, so I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. Sounds good. Great to speak with you. And when I say the words, you're fighting for the LFA vacant middleweight title. How great does that feel? Because you're working your way up every single day.
Feels good. You know what I mean? I don't really try to. I mean, I understand that it's a big fight. I understand it's for a championship fight, but I try not to focus too much on the fact that I'm fighting for a belt. The belt is just bonus to me. I'm training my ass off to fight the best people out there, and this guy just happens to be next. You know what I mean? And like the belt is just a bonus. You know, to tell you the truth, I never pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, and when did you exactly hear about like the fight? Like when did LFA contact you or your management that they want you to fight for the vacant middleweight title?
I probably found out about like 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. So,
Okay. And your
yeah.
reaction, what was your reaction? Was excited, or you were just like thinking, like you just said, another fight, the belt's an extra?
Well, I was just training, and yeah, it just happened, and like I love challenges, and this is a challenge, and I was like, hell yeah, talk to my coaches and let's do it. You know what I mean?
No doubt. And speaking of this fight and everything else, like what would it mean to you to win this fight, go out, get the belt? Like, what do you think the emotions would be like to win this fight? It's a big fight. Many people are going to be watching. What do you think the emotions are going to be like that night?
I try. See, that's another thing. I try not to focus like now on the emotions of that night.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on training. I'm focusing on the weight cut. I'm focusing on properly preparing for a dangerous fighter, and the emotions the day of the fight, I will worry about the day of the fight, because I mean it does nothing to me if I start worrying about it right now. We're still a couple of days out, and I'll worry about the fight when the fight is happening.
Yeah. And speaking of training camp, the weight cut, everything else, how has this training camp been going for you? You've been training for a couple of weeks for this fight. How has it all been going? Everything feeling good? The body, everything else?
Yeah, everything feels good, man. We're over here at CMMA. We're always training hard, regardless, and it's hard to stay out of the gym because a lot of our guys are always getting ready for fights. So it helps us stay in shape at all times. You know what I mean? The only thing that really changes is the intensity when someone is fighting. More specific rounds, more. We're looking for specific details in our rounds. Imitations of our opponents and stuff like that. And but besides that, we're always ready to go.
Yeah, and speaking of that, how much does that help? Like when you have your other training partners in the gym having a fight with at the same time as like you were close? Because I was talking to someone else who said this, like they're fighting on the same card and they're training together, so they're both getting ready. It's helping them prepare. How much does that help you that you're training with guys that are also getting ready for a fight, matching that intensity and everything else? How much does that help?
It's cool, man. It's cool because we train smart as well. Obviously, like our rounds are hard, but yeah, man. Like we make sure we get to the fight, and it helps. It does help that like my main sparring partner is fighting on the same card, and so we're prepping together. And he's a heavyweight. Shout out to Big Lou. So yeah, man, it helps a lot. It helps tremendously when people are always in the gym, and it's hard to find big boys that are always in the gym.
Yeah, that is true, and no doubt. And you're walking to the cage March 25th. I know you don't want to think too far ahead, but have you thought at all in your head how you're getting this done March 25th? How you see yourself getting your hand raised?
Uh, I see my hand getting raised regardless. I'm getting ready for 25 minutes,
Yeah.
and I've never gone into a fight thinking I'm gonna finish an opponent.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna do that now. I'm going in there for 25 minutes of war. I'm going in there to fucking bleed. You know what I mean? Lose limbs if I have to. But all I know is I get my hands raised regardless.
No doubt. And you said you don't ever go into a fight thinking, oh, you're going to get the finish. Because I know many fighters, they do think, oh, I'm going in there. I'm getting the finish, getting out quick. You don't ever think about that. You just think you're going to go in there and get your hand raised and everything else.
Yes, sir. I'm preparing for 25 minutes. I'm not preparing for 1 minute. I'm not preparing for 2 minutes. I'm not preparing for one punch. I'm prepared to get down for 25 minutes.
No doubt. Can't wait. And I saw on one of your Instagram posts, you said the eyes are never quiet. That's why I look deep down in my opponent's eyes. I can tell what they're feeling. I got to ask, when you're looking into their eyes, do you have a sense right then and there how that fight's going to go? Because you can see how they're feeling everything. You get a feel of their emotions, everything. I thought that was a really interesting quote you made up, and I really loved it.
Yeah, man. When I look into the eyes, I could see the type of like energy you're bringing. The type of energy you're bringing in front of me. If it's for the camera, if it's for yourself, if it's to intimidate me, like I really try to feel your whole aura. And I know I work a lot on my energy, and I know where I'm at, and like I want to feel where you're at. You know what I mean? And because it can change. You could be so confident wins, and I could see you right inside the cage, and your aura is gonna change automatically. You know what I mean? So it's like I like to feel exactly what you're bringing, and yeah, man, that's what the eyes never lie.
I love it. The eyes never lie.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
lying though. And
yeah.
speaking of the eyes never lie and everything else, with all your fights, have you ever looked into one of your opponent's eyes and you could sense like they're not ready, a little bit of fear, maybe they're not ready for this fight? Have you ever sensed anything like that?
Yeah, I've sensed in a couple of my fights, I've sensed that some are just there for the cameras,
Yep.
and some are just like, oh, I'm fighting on this big stage, and like, okay, cool. But like my head is like, okay, your energy is telling me you're fighting in this big stage. You're not fighting me. You're just here to freaking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be in the fucking cameras and the lights and shit. You're not even thinking about me. You know what I mean? Which is fine with me. That's cool. But I like to let you know, just with my eyes, I'm here for one. I'm here for business. You know what I mean? And that's just who I am.
Yeah, I always wondered, like I've always seen these face-offs and everything else. Like when these guys are putting up, getting ready, pumped up, I always wondered like how they're actually feeling on the inside and everything else. If they're nervous and everything. Based on what you're saying, it seems like it's a mix of emotions. And can't wait to see the face-off March
Yeah,
24th, I
man.
guess it will be.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Hell yeah.
Yep, going to be a good one. And you win March 25th. What do you feel is next for you? That's whenever promotion C fighters get the belt in LFA or anything else, they're going to start calling. They're going to start calling
Yeah.
you. You think potentially UFC's next or something like the UFC, another promotion, PFL, Bellator, whatever you think's best for you?
Yeah, whatever happens after the fight happens after the fight. Like I told you, I'm not thinking past March 25th.
Yep.
Right now, I'm focused on training, making the weight, and whatever happens next happens. Like if UFC calls, I'll be ready. If Bellator calls, I'll be ready. If PFL calls, I'll be ready. Like whatever happens after March 25th happens after March 25th, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless, I'll be ready.
No doubt. Yeah, I know you'll be ready. It seems like everything's going well. And last few things here, I know you're not looking too far ahead, but when you were like first starting off fighting, training, everything else, was there like a dream promotion you wanted to fight in when you got up in the rankings and everything else?
Obviously, we all want to like one day participate and perform for UFC, because if you're in there, you're considered one of the best. And, so obviously like when I was like younger and first starting, oh yeah, I want, but as I continued to train, as I, you know what I mean, became more of a martial artist. Yeah, man, like that's cool. Like it'll still be awesome, but like, I am who I am. I am a fighter, and like wherever I end up, I'm gonna continue. I'm already living the dream, bro. I wake up every day. I train people. You know what I mean? It's like nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. As I became more of a martial artist, like I said, yeah, man. I'm just enjoying the journey, and wherever that leads me, that leads me.
No doubt. I can't wait to see what's next in your journey. March 25th, going to be a great fight. And last thing here, I always ask the people I have on a prediction on an upcoming fight. I got to hear your prediction on this one. Khamzat Chimaev, Gilbert Burns, April 9th. How do you see this one playing out? Is Khamzat the real deal, or is Gilbert going to stop that hype train everyone's on right now? How do you see this one playing out?
I think Khamzat is gonna have the toughest fight of his life. I think Khamzat comes out on top. He's a real deal. I can feel it. I can see it. You know what I mean? And Yeah, I think Hamza ends and wins for sure.
Okay. Yeah, gonna be another great fight. Thanks again
Yeah,
for coming on. Tune in March
no worries.
25th to see Ozzy fight for the LFA vacant middleweight title. And if you want to
Yes,
thank any
sir.
sponsors, shout out any social media, the floor is yours, man.
Oh man, yeah. Just shout out to all my sponsors, my teammates at CMMA, Rice Athletics. There's just too many to name, but you know who you are, my supporters. You know, I love you all. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks again, man, for coming on. Good luck for your fight. I'll be
All
tuned
right,
in.
bro.
No doubt.
Sounds good, bro.
Good job,
Be
man.
safe.
Have a good one. You
Bye.
too.